Hey guys, it's Collin here with Hip to Save. Today's video is going to be a bit different than most videos. It's not going to be about deal shopping or my latest life hack. It's actually kind of about me and about some of the struggles I've dealt with. But I do want to say, if you have younger children at home, it may not be a video you want them to listen to, so just keep that in mind before continuing. So a couple years back, I filmed this kind of documentary about some of my really kind of painful and dark life struggles, some of the addictions I've dealt with, and I never released the video. So for the past couple years though, it's like inside me, I always think about that video because, well, it's a video that I know needs to be put out there because I know a lot of people can relate. Having filmed videos through the years, I feel like it's so easy to kind of make your life look perfect. You can edit everything out, you can make your house look clean, you can make your husband and your marriage look great, you can make your kids look like they're just so well behaved. And it's just not true, because again, I can edit those parts out. And I feel like this video today is kind of about not editing the parts out that are so important for people to see. And through the years, having an online business, I've learned a lot. And I've definitely developed a very thick skin. People can be so mean online. It's so easy. It's so easy to say stuff across your computer and say, you look like a bad mom. Why do you feed your kids junk food? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? And the first couple years of blogging and doing Hip to Save, oh my word, I was a basket case. You should have seen me. I was literally, my sister was like my therapist. I would call her every day crying. You know what's crazy is being a blogger, I built up a ton of confidence inside, and I know like I'm okay with being me and okay with like the imperfections that I have. And that's why I'm okay now, kind of releasing this and being very open, because I know that at the end of the day, the people that count and that really matter to me, are okay with all these struggles and all these different things, because the truth is we all deal with something. I think social media kind of makes you feel like life should be perfect. You've got Facebook, you've got Instagram, you've got all these ways to share edited pictures, to make your family look like it's awesome, to show these incredible vacations you go on. Do you notice all those vacations? It's hard because you're like, geez, I want to go on this vacation. I can't afford this. I can't afford to have this photographer come and make me look gorgeous. And it's just a bunch of edited lives. It's frustrating. And so today I'm just willing to share with you guys that things aren't perfect. That's what makes life interesting and unique, and it makes you learn. So today I'm going to share with you guys my imperfections, struggles in my life, and things that I haven't shared yet with a lot of people. So here goes. When I was really little, I had glasses, which is weird because I don't have glasses now. I always wanted to have them on, and if I didn't, it was like a huge issue. Wearing my glasses and having my hair in a ponytail was, I don't know, it was like part of my identity. So one day I went to school with my hair up in my ponytail, but I all of a sudden realized that I was touching my face and my glasses weren't there. And my sister had to come and bring me my glasses to school, and before I would even face anyone. I think it just stems from like something inside of me had lacked confidence. I don't know why I was struggling so much at that young age, but I do remember just having a really hard time with stuff. I ended up having a learning disability, and I also had petit mal seizures. It's not like a seizure where I'm shaking and doing all this crazy stuff. It's just like you're not there for a second. I think because of the petit mal seizures, I was wearing glasses, was in speech therapy, and then I have this learning disability. I always thought of myself as being really dumb. So my mom ended up putting me in a school with a lot of people that had, some severe learning disabilities. I didn't really feel like I belonged, and I felt alone. So I went to that school for a couple years, but, I thought there was some reason. It must be because I'm dumb, because there's something wrong with me. That's kind of was my motto. I really struggled with not knowing who I was, and so with that, I became kind of like a follower. So when I got into high school, I was trying to be like other people. So feeling that way, I got into doing drugs. Kind of made me feel a part of something in a weird way because I had other friends that were doing that. So I was finally like, oh, we have this in common, because I never felt like I had stuff in common with other people. I ended up graduating somehow, and I actually got pregnant right after graduating high school. So I went from doing drugs, hating myself, to getting pregnant. I think I realized then, wow, I do have a life inside of me. I can't be living this way. So I ended up getting married. I stopped doing drugs. I was very, very depressed. It's depressing when you have a child and you feel depressed, because then it makes you feel more depressed because you're thinking, why am I depressed? I have a child, in my life. This is like, I should be so happy. I should be like my mom was. And so since I needed to numb that depression somehow, I was so used to numbing myself with the drugs that I kind of turned to food, and food became a big thing for me. I gained so much weight when I was pregnant. From there, because of that obsession with food, I actually started throwing up. I had bulimia, which basically means that I would binge on tons of food, anything I could find, anything that I would help numb my pain, and then I would go in the bathroom and throw up, and I'd purge it all up. Binging is such a numbing effect. It's just like doing a drug. So for about 5 years, I was binging and purging, and that was pretty much my life. Honestly, I think that time in my life is it's even more depressing to think about it than the time in my life when I was doing drugs, because now I'm gonna cry because I had kids. It's hard when you think about, like, when you have kids in your life, as probably all you moms out there know that, but it feels like that 5 years of my life was such like a waste, and that's so sad to say because I have these beautiful kids in my life, and so that was my life, and it's so sad now. My life was doing that and then cleaning my toilets, obsessively cleaning my toilets. I couldn't go down any further because I was so far in my addiction. I would get mad if like someone got in the way of my binge. When I got pregnant with my daughter, I mean, I'm proud of myself now looking back at that point, because I finally was just like, I've had enough. I can't do this anymore. So I actually called my dad, and he helped me pay to go to rehab. When I finally hit rock bottom and really was ready to take that step and call and figure out where I was going to go to rehab, I've never felt so much support from my husband. He took me to rehab. It was 3 hours away. And, was really supportive the whole way there, because I was very nervous. That really was the beginning of turning my life around. When I got out of rehab and really took a look at my finances and, was being a little bit more honest with myself and my husband, we just realized how much debt we had. I would say we had $50,000 to $60,000 in debt, and that's not car loans or mortgages. That's like just debt from all of the stuff I was doing. I really started looking into how I could get out of debt. What could we do? What things could I do in my life to change it? And one of those things was to obviously really try hard to stop this binging and purging and do things to really help myself. And then, of course, coupons and how we could start paying off the debt, where we could save, what we could be doing. And as I continued to educate myself with coupons, and I started using them, and I don't know, there was something that happened where I think because I got it, for me that was huge, because all my life I had never gotten anything. I was always struggling. I was always the one that everyone was like, oh, poor Collin, she can't do that, she's not smart enough. That's how I always felt. So for me, having that all of a sudden, I don't know, it was like this light bulb went off, and that was so exciting for me. My confidence grew, which in turn made me not want to binge and purge, because I was feeling good. I was just feeling more like, wow, this is something for me, and this is something I understand. And with the couponing, I slowly saw my debt disappear, my confidence grow. I was literally changing, like, in so many ways. It's so cool to see yourself change when you find something you're passionate about and something that is kind of yours. And when you're a stay-at-home mom like I was, especially a young stay-at-home mom, it's hard to find things like that. And I think what I've learned too is it's okay to be depressed when you have kids and be upset. I wish I had known that 5 years ago, because I think it would have changed my perspective a lot. But I'm glad all this stuff happened, because right now where I'm sitting today, I have a really great life, and I feel so blessed, and I feel like I've learned so much. So I'm not gonna sit here and say, geez, I wish I could erase those struggles or the last 5 years, even though the last 5 years were really hard. But I've grown so much as a mom, and I so appreciate and love my kids. And so my life now is pretty full, pretty great. It's pretty crazy sometimes and chaotic, but that's what makes life fun, right? Let's see, where am I at? I'm in Boise right now, just moved here, working all the time, which is kind of hard when you have 3 kids to balance that out. But Hip to Save is, besides my family and kids, one of my biggest passions in life. So one of the greatest things about Hip to Save is really getting to see the impact I have on readers and the emails I get. It's just amazing that I don't know these people, but somehow they come across Hip to Save and it impacts their lives in such a big way. And I think that too reminds me of how couponing has impacted my life in such a big way. I know they're just coupons, just pieces of paper, but I also know what they've done for me and what they've done for so many of my readers. Coupons have helped me become a better mom, build up my confidence, help me pay off my debt, help me pay it forward in such a huge way. Coupons do just so much more than save you money. I get to wake up every morning now knowing that I get to get on the computer and I get to help people from all walks of life. When you give, it is crazy to think that really a lot of your problems do disappear because your focus isn't so much on yourself and being a victim, it's on everyone else and really paying it forward to all these other people, because the grass is definitely not always greener on the other side. At the end of the day, it's really not about the coupons, but it's about what the coupons have done, which is enable me to pay it forward, to give back to others, to provide for my family, and to just be a giver, because that's what life's about.